What's up everybody, I'm back down the lake. It's Wednesday the 4th. Let's check my phone just to make sure I get it right. It is Wednesday the 4th. I have a text message, let me just check this. Yeah, Wednesday the 4th. I took yesterday off and I did a bit of shopping instead of coming down here, but the weather today was unmissable really. I had to come fishing. It's lovely, the breeze is gone. The sun's out. It's quite warm when you're in the sun. In the shadow, obviously it's still a little bit chilly. But I thought I'd get out, do some fishing while I can on my week off. I'll probably take some more off and then come back Friday as well. Because one of my mates is going to come down on Friday with me. Come sit with me for a little while. He's going to bring me some bait as well because I'm getting a bit low. On the old bait situation, but I should be alright. I've moved my rods. I've got one rod still under the tree, but I've put one rod further down to the right along the reeds, mainly because of the coots. It's a lot shallower up this end than it is down that end, so I thought I'll chuck one down there and see what that gets me. So hopefully we're going to get a fish, but I'll be back with some more in a bit. So I've got one under the tree. Just off the edge of the reed by the tree over there. Don't know if you can see it. And then what I've done is I've chucked the right hand rod right down there, and it's about there, about 3 foot off the reeds. That's right where the lily pads normally are. I think I'm just in front of them. When I cast it, it felt clean as it hit the floor, hit the bottom of the lake. So I know I'm not sitting in the lily pads or in the reeds, even though they are submerged under there. So, fingers crossed, one of these swims will produce a bite. I've already had a bleep. It could have been the coots. There's a little bugger. There's another one over there. There seems to be 4 of them on here now. So, this could be fun. I'm tempted just to bait up another little bit of swim, just to keep them off me. Like maybe I'll chuck a few up here, because this is shallow, and then keep an eye on it. And to see if any fish show there as well, and we'll see what happens. So as per normal, the coots are causing me nothing but aggro. That's the second pickup from them. They've moved further down to the right hand side of the lake, further down, so I've picked up the right hand rod, reeled it in, because they just keep diving on it, and I've moved it to the other spot that I fished on Monday. So basically I've taken the left hand rod and moved it to the right section and put that under the tree, and taken the right hand rod, put it on the left hand side and put it in the reed spot over there. So fingers crossed they'll leave me alone and I might be able to actually catch something without them diving on the bait all the time. So the time is 11:26, still no fish, but I have had plenty of pickups from these poxy coots. Unfortunately there's nothing I can do about it. I've moved the rods into deeper water, moved them out a little bit away from the spots. So fingers crossed I can still catch a fish, and hopefully they won't be able to keep diving on it. They seem to have disappeared for the minute. They won't be gone for long, no doubt. So hopefully next time I come back there'll be a fish. The aerator that they put in on Monday still isn't on, so what I've done is I've gone across into that swim and I've cast into the bay. I've cast to the spot where the guys like to fish, and I've just dragged the lead across the bottom just to see if I hook up on any rope or any cable, and it came through really freely, so that's a good thing. If anyone is going to be fishing that swim, it shows that they're not going to get hooked up, which is nice. And as you can see, look what's back in my swim. That coot is back. It's going to dive in a minute. Out on my bait, you watch. It's 10 to 2, still no fish. These coots are a nightmare today. I don't know what's going on. They've never been this bad. I think well, they've probably picked up my bait about 25 times. something like that now, and it's just getting a bit annoying. So what I've done is I've baited a little bit further down, and it seems to be attracting them down there away from my swim. So if they start to move back up, I'll just put a few more freebies in down there. I'll keep them out of the way. Fingers crossed though I can get a fish. The weather is nice and dry. There's a little bit of a breeze, which is quite cold, but when you're in the sun it's lovely. So just sitting behind my umbrella, just take the wind off me. Fingers crossed the fish will come along soon. Whilst it's quiet, I thought I'd quickly show you a couple of the other swims that produce fish for me. This is the lifebelt swim. Basically, it's about 2 down from my swim. My swim's just there. And in the summer, when you put your pads, which grow about there, and then a set here, you can fish to the middle of them. Whereas if you're fishing in the bank, which is over there, which I'll show you in a minute, you can only really get around the front set, which grows around there. So you can also fish to the tree from here, if there's no one fishing there. So this is quite a good swim. You can cover quite a lot of ground from here. You can even pop one just down the margin if you want to wade out, which you have to do anyway to get the wire out of the swim. You can just pop one down the margin there, and that's produced a few fish. At night time you tend to see them lunking just out here in front of these reeds here. So we're at the bus stop swims. There's 2 of them here. You can't actually fish these swims just due to the fact that if everyone's here, when you're fishing the one fish swim over there, you don't really have much water to cover. So we close these two off, and then basically you can fish into that bay from here. And this is the post you want to aim for. There's a post just there that produces all the fish. Just be about a foot off that post, and you will catch. It's about 3 foot deep, and it's 3 foot deep all the way around the edge here, and then out about there it shelves down gradually to about 6 foot. So it's not too deep, which is good. In the summer you get a lot of fish in these reeds here, so it's quite good to do a little bit of float fishing, or surface fishing here. We've had a couple of koi's out of this lake, but we didn't even know were in here. They were just floating around in here. We just put a dog biscuit in front of them, and bang, they had it. So we're here in the one fish swim, and it's a bit of a state in a minute just because of the amount of rain we've had. It's very soggy and wet down here, so I'll be careful to go down. So as you can see, you've got quite a lot of water to cover. You can pretty much cast it anywhere on the lake from here. But that's the bay we were just in by the bus stops, and there's the poles over there you need to cast to. And there's a very deep hole, literally right here. It's about 8 foot. It's just a massive hole. We think like the catfish might sit in there, so that's good for the summer. We're going to be going after a few of them in there. And then just up these lovely steps, boom, whoa, nearly slipped. And over here you have the bank swim. Originally there was only this swim and the one fish swim that was open that you could actually fish. This lake used to be owned by a club, and they let it go, and no one had it for probably about a year, and it became very overgrown. But this swim here, it was the swim that everyone wanted to fish. Basically there's 2 sets of lily pads, one there, one just further up there, and this was the swim to fish because you could get to both lily pads, get in the middle of them. The far set of lily pads is quite a chuck, but everyone seemed to want to fish this one. We fished this quite solidly. I had a 27-pounder out of it called Stubbs, which was a really nice fish. I'll show you a picture of it now. So I'm going to go back to my swim and get my rods back out. So as you've just seen, there's really only 4 swims that are fishable at the minute. Come the summer, no doubt we'll have to open up a couple more because everyone will be down here, and we'll keep it nice and tidy. And here comes Jason Scrub. So Jason from work just popped over to see me. He's just finished. Basically I only work literally over the road, so it's quite nice that on my lunch I can pop down, put out some bait, do a little bit of pre-baiting if I have to, and just have a nice walk around. As I was saying, there's 4 swims open at the minute. Basically during the winter the lake's got a little bit wild and we haven't had time to tidy it up, so come summer no doubt the other guys will be in their swims, the one fish swim in the embankment. That's where they prefer to fish. They'll keep that tidy, and me and Dan will keep this end of the lake tidy. Now the reason why we prefer this end of the lake to that one is, one, the biggest fish in the lake has come out of this swim twice in a week. Also the largest catfish that we've had out of the lake has come out of this swim. So this is the hot swim. I can't ignore that fact, so whenever I'm here I try to fish this swim. I'm not saying that bigger fish haven't come out of that swim, because Dan has had the catfish out of the embankment and I've had a 27-pound fish. Not fish. I'm not even going to tell you what it was because I'm pretty sure you can guess. So as I was saying, I have had a 27-pound fish out of the embankment. We called him Stumps. So it does produce other fish, but this swim is easy to fish. It's not a big chuck to the spot. It's a nice little cast. At night time, you can see what you're doing. And one of the main things is there's sprinklers all around this lake. And at 11:30 at night in the summer, you hear the click, and then the sprinklers come on. Now in the embankment and one fish swim, you get absolutely drenched. There's about 6 sprinklers all along the back that just spray you. Whereas here, there's only 2 sprinklers, and they're at the far ends of this bank. So there's one over by the bush, which is just over there, and then there's one right on the corner of the lake behind me. So you don't even get particularly wet, which is really nice. So this is the #1 swim in my opinion. It's my favourite swim on the lake, and fingers crossed it will produce another biggie. I'm hoping it will produce another 30. I've been putting bait in sporadically. I haven't really done a massive winter pre-baiting thing, but whenever I've walked around I have put in probably 20 or 30 bollies. I know it's not a lot, but if I keep putting it into the spot, they get used to them being there and they'll keep coming back. So fingers crossed I can get a fish if these coots will leave me alone. So guys, it's 3:15. It's looking like I might blank. It's getting a little bit chilly now. The sun's been covered up by these clouds. Temperature's dropping. I'm going to stick it out for as long as I can, maybe a couple more hours, and just see if I can get one. The coots have left me alone. Touch wood if there was any wood. This will do. Touch reed for probably about an hour now. So fingers crossed they'll leave me alone until I get to go home, and hopefully I'll get a fish. Nearly fell over. So guys, it's 4 o'clock. Got about another hour and a half, so I've got to go home. I think I cursed myself the other day when I said I don't blank, because I think I might actually blank for the first time in a very long time. The coots have left me alone for a little while now. I think they're all full up from all the bullies there earlier. So fingers crossed, if I leave them out there and I don't disturb the swim too much, I might be able to sneak one in before I go. So fingers crossed, pray for fish. Going, I ain't going to catch fish. That's all I've been doing all day. I'm like, I'm not going to catch one. I'm going to blank. I'm going to blank. That ain't bad actually. Am I in shot? Huh? Am I in shot? I must be.
Yeah.
It's quite big actually.
Bigger than you thought.
Wish we can't carry on.
Yeah. Is that what blew away?
No, just me.
Oh, you're landing that. He's not very photogenic, is he? You don't want to get his photo.
Fish in? Fish is in. There's always one, isn't there? All I can smell is that iodine I'm just putting his. Stay there, Laurie. There you go, everyone. I didn't blank the left-hand rod with the pink corn today. I didn't add the yellow corn. Tried some pink corn. It's ripped off at the last minute. Alright. Hang on. It's not particularly big, but they all count. And I'm happy to have caught one. Woo!
You gotta kiss it. Then you've got to splash it over the top sometimes. That's what they all do, don't they?
Yeah.
They'll kiss it, they put it in there, just give them a little farewell splash. Now you got a fucking wet net.
Yeah, I'm like fucking. What an inappropriate time to catch a fish. So guys, it's 5:30 and it's time to get the rods in. I haven't got to stick it out anymore because I caught a fish, thank God. Scudder came down to see me. It was a good luck charm. The rod's ripped off, left hand one. The pink corn seemed to do the trick. So I'm going to get my rods in. I'm going to get myself off home. I've just looked at the video footage of me with the fish, and unfortunately for some reason the camera zoomed itself in. I
I don't quite know what happened, so sorry about that. But it was about £8, nice fish. Happy to have caught one. And I'm going to get myself packed up now and go home.